It's kind of a sales channel, it's kind of a compliance. It actually puts all the pieces in together and creates an additional sales and marketing channel for the wineries we represent. Why no permits? Because basically if you sell to a retailer and the retailer then sells the wine on to the end consumer, you've now put the burden for all the compliance stuff, collecting of the sales tax, the excise tax payments, responsibility for shipping, and all the responsibility for the compliance rules. Now you just put that all on the actual retailer as such and move it away from yourself. So there is a limit to this. There's only certain places that retailers can go to right now, but that market is expanding, and I think with the new change in presidency, I actually believe this will expand further now. So I'm going to just talk about Vino Shipper a little bit, just to sort of talk about how easy this whole process is, and to give you an idea of how a sort of retail site can help. Just to get going, you just register on the site, list your wines, and then really the only thing you've got to do there is let people know that your wines are available in more states. So, you know, a sale via the Vino Shipper program is, you know, what we call the entry point. There's lots of them. There's through our front end, it's through, you know, if a winery actually, which they should do, is tell people where their wines are available, whether it's through retail stores, etc. You know, there's search engines, wine reviewers, and I think somebody was talking earlier about Google Analytics, so you can kind of find where people are coming from. Then somebody buys the wine. We actually know what buyer can actually buy wine through our system without going through an age verification process. So, you know, in a split second, we know whether they're over 21 or not. So we eliminate the paranoia about selling to people under 21 or minors. The system notifies the winery that a new order's come in. Winery packs the wine. Actually, from the moment the order comes in, we're actually tracking it through to the point of delivery. The winery ships out by UPS right now, and then we actually track it to the actual customer has got that wine. If there's any issues in delivery, etc., or damages or breakages, we actually take care of all of that stuff. So now you need to let the customers know where you sell. So, you know, you should definitely do this. In your tasting rooms, assuming you've got a tasting room, you know, I go in dozens of tasting rooms and people never put up where they can ship to. So make it very clear, help people understand, because I know from a tasting room standpoint, you'd like to actually sell it right there, but you know, with the rules and regulations about carrying liquids on planes these days, there's some limitations, and so people like it shipped directly to them. On your website, tell them where your wine's available. You know, more wineries are actually now starting to put our wines are available at so-and-so. I think it's a good idea. Again, you're increasing your opportunity to sell. Get on the social side. You know, there's Facebook, there's the Open Wine Consortium, Twitter is an interesting little one. You only get 140 characters in which to deliver your message, and so for marketing people, it's a challenge because they like to talk a lot. So 140 characters is pretty limited. We actually run a social site that we started about 6 months ago called Vino Shipper Social. I'm just going to talk a little bit about that to give you an idea. You hear a lot of people about saying, go create your blog. Well, you know, the blog just takes a long time to manage, and there's a lot involved in it. But if you can use a third-party application, you can just write things or post pictures, share events. You know, we have all of these aspects on the social side. It's free. It's just another avenue. Everybody should be on Facebook. I mean, you should have, you know, some form of, whether it's a fan club for your winery, you should just be on Facebook. You know, a lot of people connect up. You get names, you get contacts, you can push out your events through that. In your newsletter, you know, assuming you do write a newsletter, if you don't write a newsletter, it's worth writing a newsletter. Don't call it a monthly newsletter, because I know many of the small wineries, their monthly newsletter is probably annual. But it's because they're very busy doing their wine thing. And let people know, again, let them know, because different people have preferences as to where they actually want to buy their wine. They may not want to buy it through your website. Many of the smaller wineries, the only thing they have on their website is download this PDF document, handwrite it in and fax it in. It's assuming that people have got a fax machine and they want to do that. Most people click off the site and move on. So if there are places that can buy it online, list those places. You see many of the high-end technology companies, they'll have a link to a Best Buy, they'll have a link to, I was going to say Good Guys, but they've gone and Circuit City's gone. So Best Buy for technology. So, and then, manage your own email list. There's a couple of great applications, other people will know more. We really like Constant Contact, Vertical Response. Use these. They're great applications. I think somebody else spoke about these again earlier. They are good applications, they're easy to manage, people can opt in, opt out. And just, quick bit on Vino Shipper, we launched about just over a year ago, so we're 1 year old now. We're here to help wineries sell direct. We represent over 260 wineries right now. And we have a lot of new features coming, and most of it now on our platform is actually driven by the wineries in terms of their requests. And thank you. That's it. There's my contact information. The websites are both there. If you need any information, just give me a call. I think our presentation is in the pack too, so you should have all the info.